Hi everybody, Janet Myatt here. Today we're going to be doing a guided meditation that walks you through the various triangulations that the Tibetan master Djwhal Khul talks about in his book Esoteric Healing, which was written by Alice Bailey. And these triangulations create a powerful balancing and healing effect in the energy body. And so we're going to start out by grounding and centering and kind of getting into that inner place, that inner still place. And then we're going to go through, and I'm going to walk you through all of the different triangulations. So let me just give you a little bit of history on the various triangles that we're going to be working with. The first set up in the head are called the dissipating triangles, and they're called Dissapating Glamour, Illusion, and Maya. So what are these terms? These are terms that refer to the way we as human beings have identified ourselves in ways that are not true, and therefore caused a lot of suffering for ourselves. So Maya is an over-identification with forms, any kind of forms, physical forms, body forms, emotional reactivity forms, thought forms, that kind of thing. So it's an over-identification with the manifested, or what we call the tangible 3D world. Glamour is over-identification with our emotions, and really identifying our sense of ourself through whatever emotional reaction that we're having, and not stopping to realize that our emotional reality is very much dependent upon our thinking. It's all perception based, so that's illusion, over-identification with thoughts. And we live in this world that we make up in our head. Each of us is writing this story about ourselves and about the world, and it really defines how we see ourselves and how we see others. Creates a bunch of pictures, lenses, shall we say, and we look out into the world through those lenses, and we interpret what's coming back to us through those lenses as well. It's a series of distortions. And when we have placed our identity in these effects, it makes it very difficult then for us to create positive change, because we truly believe, well, this is who I am. I am a body. This is how I know I'm alive, and I am my feelings, and I am my thoughts. This is who I am, Well, it's not who we are. We're actually spirit. We're actually these formless, eternal, immortal, perfect beings of light and love. And we run energy, we run consciousness through the quantum field to precipitate patterns and forms that basically create a feedback system that let us know about the quality of that thinking, shall we say, right? So if we have thoughts that are causing us pain, if we have emotional reactions, if we're unhappy, if we're miserable, if we're looking out in judgment on the world, and we're feeling pain and stuff in our body, if our sense of ourself is stuck in those things, we can't really create any change. So what are the triangles designed to do? This is just an energy alignment. What we want to do is align the energy body and the consciousness with this higher innate intelligence, this divine self that sits outside, completely outside of all this storytelling, all this perception stuff. It's the source of our being. It is our inner teacher, our inner guide, our inner healer. And with these triangles, we create an alignment. We allow our consciousness and our energy field that we're working with to come into an alignment with this higher vibration. It's like building an antenna. Literally, it's like building an antenna, so that we can then pick up the loving response, the change, the healing, the guidance coming in from this much higher vibratory state of being. So it's literally building the infrastructure for the mind to change and lead us to healing, mentally, emotionally, physically, and then as an integrated personality. So alignment leads to an awareness of, oh my gosh, you know what I'm doing here isn't making a lot of sense. DK calls it crisis. What is a crisis? It's a point in a situation where outcome is determined. So you can either stay on the same old path, creating the same old thoughts, same old reactions, and you're going to get the same results, or you can stop and say, I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to stop. I'm going to turn inward. I'm going to look for a new answer. I'm going to look for a new way. This leads to what he calls illumination. This is where this higher mind, this higher reasoning starts to come in, and the perception begins to shift, and what they call in A Course in Miracles, a holy instant. You begin to really literally see things differently. This leads to revelation. Your sense of yourself, your sense of identity shifts out of the ego, out of this sort of fabricated self, back into the divine self. You know, and then this leads finally to integration. We have to be able to take this step up, this expanded awareness, and we still need to be able to bring it into our daily existence while we continue to be here in incarnated form. All right, the next set of triangles after we get the head triangles set up are the vitality triangles, and those are in the body, and those have to do with creating the energy support for this kind of change, for this type of healing. I'll be walking you through all of these triangles step by step. I also have diagrams included in all along during the video, so if you really feel like you have to see a picture, you can open your eyes and take a look at the diagram. I have it up there for a few seconds when I'm introducing a triangle, and then I encourage you to just go right back, close your eyes, and go back into trance. Because your spirit knows how to do this. You wouldn't be here. You built the scaffolding. Now what we're doing is anchoring and activating and actuating this geometry in your space. All right, so again, this guided meditation is an excerpt from my Ascension Meditation and Healing class. If you'd like to find out more about the class, please visit my website, janetmyatt.com, and go to the classes tab. This class meets online. We use Zoom. So it's open to anybody, and you're more than welcome to join us. So let's go ahead and get started. So tonight is May 1st. Welcome to May. And this is Ascension class. So let's just start by grounding. So to create that nice line of energy from the base of the spine and kind of settle in, start to turn your attention inward and away from the external focus. Bring your crown chakra up to gold. May it be with the blessings of the Supreme Being, that whatever happens during this class will benefit each of us in our spiritual growth, awareness, and understanding. May we each take a step up in integrating into the light, love, power, and presence of God within us and all around us. We invite the angels and archangels, healers, teachers, and masters of the planetary and cosmic heart to be present. In whatever manner serves and protects the highest and best good of all. Om, peace, amen. Just go ahead and deepen that grounding. Release, start to release your day. Send some nice deep roots down into the planet. And select the vibration of earth energy to begin to connect with and run. See what your body is interested in receiving tonight, so that you want to be more present. Notice the color and the quality of the energy that you're working with, and give it a little reading. What are you bringing in to help you restore balance and wellness in your space? Cube the room that you're in.
Creating sanctuary, ground and own it for yourself. Bring it up to gold. And then we will together create our virtual room, our virtual sanctuary, and we'll ground and own that for ourselves. Bring it up to gold. And say hello to the group space as well. So not only are you saying hello to yourself, spirit, you're saying hello to the synergistic whole or the group. Let's go ahead and say the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where it dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Yes. If you feel so inclined, you can ask Metatron to work with you to receive a 12% light quotient increase for the duration of this class. And Sandalphon to help you ground, integrate, and synthesize that light quotient healing. You can begin to run energy. Say hello to the Supreme Being. And that aspect of mind, JCM calls the Holy Spirit. EK calls it the Spirit or the Monad. Part of yourself that is able to bridge with you, be in connection with you. It knows itself to be a divine Son of God, but also knows that there's a part of us sitting in an idea of separation, and it can connect with us and reach out to us. You can begin to build that bridge. Run some cosmic energy to help you clean out your space. Go ahead and start to build your triangles. So start with your eyes and the 6th chakra, dissipating glamour. So just go ahead and create a mental image picture out on your screen of those 3 points, the eye minors and the 6th chakra, and let those 3 points come into at-one-ment. Let them begin to work as one coordinated, a one point of view. Moving into I am one self, united with the Creator and one with all creation, and limitless in power and peace. There you go. And then go ahead and triangulate the eyes with the crown chakra, Dissapating Illusion. And just release any pressure that might build up as a result of you starting to change your energy. And go ahead and triangulate the 3 head chakras. And particularly start to work on the back of your head. As if like you do when you're working on someone else, kind of scoop out any excess energy that's back there, creating any kind of discomfort. And let that grounding cord help you carry away any discomfort. So that's the crown, the sixth and the alta major right there at the back of the head. Why don't you guys turn up your earth energy just a little bit and let that earth energy go wherever it needs to go to help your body feel safe and sound as you do these triangulations. And you can have that cosmic energy and running down the back channels in your mixture of earth and cosmic running up the front. Remember, to help you flush out your system. You still want to be doing that on the front end, I think. I'm not going to walk you through it every time. But you can have that running until you don't want it, until the body doesn't want to run that anymore. And we're just going to kind of focus on the balancing and triangulating, but that'll give you some assistance. Okay. Really check the back of your space. Just like you would if you were giving someone else a healing, like create a mental image picture of yourself and stand right back there. And if there's cords or static energy or chaotic energy back there, just take those cords out, smooth that out, just like you would if you're working on someone else. And now go ahead and start with your vitality triangles. So that's the vagus nerve center right there in the middle of the chest, the heart minor just below the heart chakra, and the spleen, which is off on your left side, kind of tucked under your ribs. As you clean that out, see if you can notice if your energy or your vitality goes up. Just notice whatever you notice as you clear out that triangle. Does it relieve any pressure on your heart? Does it help clear out the lungs? Just kind of notice what you notice, and maybe take note of that so we can kind of discuss it a little bit when we're done. As you build these triangles, I'm actually going to ask you tonight to take a step up in your awareness of what you're doing, so that not only are you, hearing my voice and following the prompts and doing the energy work, but you're actually tracking what's happening. And if it's not much, then it's not much. That'll be that. Remember, you want that triangle to be running in clockwise fashion. So there's two ways to look at that to make sure you're running in a clockwise fashion. One is imagine you're standing behind yourself and you're watching it run from the heart, from the vagus nerve down to the heart minor over to the spleen. Or you can imagine looking at yourself in a mirror. If you're looking at yourself in a mirror, you're actually seeing the front side of yourself differently than if you were looking at a person sitting across from you. So it would still work. It's still clockwise. And you don't have to speak or open your eyes, but I'm just going to ask you, how many people are feeling discomfort somewhere in their body as they start to work on these triangles? Just raise your hand. Okay, so check in with your higher self. What is that? And all you need is just enough energy, enough awareness so that you can let it go. So you don't want to be fighting it or resisting it or going unconscious to it. You want to say hello and just get enough information to be able to decentralize out of it and let it go. So let this higher power energy come in, you know, this Holy Spirit energy. You know, there's so many words for it. Whatever's your favorite word. And move that discomfort out. And if it doesn't want to move out, then dialogue with your higher self. What's going on? What's up? What do you need to become aware of? What's the opportunity? What's the gold nugget waiting for you? Okay, everybody deepen your grounding. There you go. Really staying in your space, staying in your bubble. Make sure you call your aura in around you. That may help. Start to really make those separations from anybody else in your house, anybody you've interacted with today. And even right now, you're not wanting to be energetically matching really each other because we're cleaning out. You're wanting to actually energetically match your own highest vibration. Okay. Release any cords in the front of the fourth chakra. Some unconsciousness, some sleepiness, some fatigue. You might try saying hello to joy, kind of putting your growth period outside of your space, maybe, you know? Put it in a rose or send it off to Mars or something. And just say hello to joy. Give yourself permission, maybe to let joy in. And notice, you know, there's a part of you that says, oh, hell no, we're not going for joy. It's just not happening. No Gandewski. You can just kind of say hello to that and say, well, all right, let's talk, friend. What's happening? Oh, thank God. All right, that worked. Y'all got amused. All right, we can go to the next triangle. Thought we were never going to get past that one. All righty. Let's do the lower triangle of force. That's the spleen, the second chakra, and the first chakra. Remember, you got tools. So if you are lighting up some energy that's been very disturbing to you for whatever amount of time, and you're lighting it up, say, thank you, self, for lighting up this energy that's been bugging me for a long time, because now I can get senior to it and let it go. And get curious. The body takes things so seriously. The part of us that thinks we're a body, let me put it that way, the poor body doesn't think at all. It's not a thinking apparatus. But the part of us that thinks it's a body takes things very seriously. There you go. Pull all that crap out of the back of out of your lower back, please. Out of that second chakra. Scoop it out and let it go. Do you need all that stuff back there? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. There you go. That's better, guys. Now your earth energy should be running a little better now. You might even feel like you have legs again. Ooh, a little more room, a little more room. Bring in more of that gold sun energy, that Holy Spirit energy, filling yourself up. There you go. Now we're rolling. That's getting better. All right. Let's start to build that immortality triangle. So we're going to build the top. So that's the pineal, the 5th chakra, and the pituitary. Now remember, the pineal and the pituitary are in the brain, and they're precipitated by the 7th and the 6th chakras. So you want to see that light coming through those chakras into those glands, and let those glands take a step up, and all those brain cells that are around those glands can come up. And the whole way that the brain is talking to, all the different parts, let that interconnectivity take a step up. It just needs to take a step up. That's it. It's not, not volume 1,000. Just taking a step up here. And there really can be a very gentle illumination coming in there. There you go. Taking the scales off the eyes. Let's see. Release from the belly. Let the emotional body release. That's better. See if you can kind of feel your tailbone. And as if you could wiggle it a little bit. Okay. And then you notice there's a connection between, so there's the 1st chakra and there's the crown, right? And those 2 centers are getting into communication. There you go, bringing in some more gold. So when you start to build this immortality triangle, you're going to create a line from the 1st chakra up into that pineal. Well, that makes sense. The pineal is the gland that goes with the crown chakra, right? And you can, on the psychological side of things, you can start to understand that you are creating an intention, or you can invite yourself to create the intention of coming into an awareness and an alignment with what God's will. Like, what the heck is that? And are you willing to find out and remember that that part of you that is resting in God is at one with that will. So that will is also your will. It's not the will of the ego. Trust me on that. But it is your will, the you with the capital Y. Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, again, scoop out of the Alta Major now. Scoop it out. Scoop it out. The instinctual self, the animal brain gets all wobbly. It's like, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's like, turn that puppy down. Yeah, in fact, turn the instinctual brain way down. You only need it running enough to keep your bodily functions running like they always do, in the autonomic system. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. That's it. All right. You're going to turn the intellect, the analyzer. You need to turn that down a little bit too, because we're really wanting to connect with the intuitive mind, the higher mind. That you want to open up. And let the intellect, let the analyzer work for the intuitive mind, not the other way around. So basically that analyzer will help you interpret as best it can, what's coming in. So you can put it into words and that kind of thing. All right, now you're going to draw that line from the 2nd up into the 5th. Remember, the 2nd and the 5th have a relationship. along that third ray, along that divine mind. So the fifth chakra clean out. And be just really, really neutral right now. You know, you're not trying to communicate anything other than with your own divine higher self, with God. And that's kind of it. So you can turn off any telepathic communication with family members, anybody else that you're kind of in regular communication with, and even with your own ego and the inner voice, all that stuff, just all the yada. Just turn it down. You just want that inner voice going straight up to what ACM calls the Holy Spirit. Fear and apprehension in the second chakra. All right. Let's just shake out. All right, and you can draw the line from the spleen up into the pituitary. Good. And we're going to do some other supporting grounding cords in conjunction with that. So you've built now that immortality triangle, but we're going to do some more support. So you're going to ground your ovaries if you're in a female body, testes if you're in a male body. You're going to ground those into the first chakra and set them on release. You want those gonads to be cleaning out, clearing out, as if you're running clear water through them, through a sponge, you know, and let them just come up to your divine vibration. You can use gold or you can use clear light, and let them come up to just clean, clear, present time, and grounded. Take all the demand energy that gets attached to those energy centers off by grounding. And then you're going to connect those gonads, those little centers, with the second chakra. That's a triangulation. The other is just grounding. Okay, you're creating grounding cords from those centers down into your main grounding. Now you're going to also triangulate those centers with the second chakra. You should get a nice hum. It should, you know, it'll feel, I mean, I don't know how you'll experience in your body, but it can kind of give you like a little engine, little hum there. Grounded and clean and clear. All right, now you're going to draw lines from each gonad up into the pituitary. So remember, you have the line coming from the spleen up into the pituitary. Now you're going to run these lines from each ovary or each gonad up into the pituitary. You want those lines to super clean them out. So now you're working with the etheric body here. You're working with those nadis. Okay, so you just want to clean out any static electricity, any weird stuff, magnetic stuff that's sticking to this procreative energy. It's very magnetic, and a lot of demand energy and perfectionism gets lit up around this, and just competition, and it's yucky. So just clean it out. And then you're going to draw a line from that pituitary back into the alta major, into that genetic, you know how we work on those genetic, you know, those spools and stuff. So you're just basically letting all of that instinctual animal procreative stuff that the body knows how to do, it's grounded, it's cleaning out, and it's not going to be bossing you around. Just scoop out any stuff from any one of those energy centers. If you start to get a buildup, if you feel nausea, if you feel pain, if you feel dizziness, just scoop it out Put down the grounding cord and bring in more. All you really need to do is bring in more of your God self, right into every place that you're working there. And breathe. All right, now we're going to support the 5th chakra. So we did this. Now that was all the stuff for the 2nd. Now we're going to support the 5th. So from the thyroid, you're going to put a line from the thyroid up into the pineal. Clean that out. And then from the parathyroids, which are on either side of the thyroid, right up into those 2 lobes in the pituitary. So the pituitary has a little central stem, and it has these 2 little lobes. You're just gonna put those lines straight up and clean it out. Wow, see, now that's really great. You guys are stabilizing a lot. Scoop out stuff from the front of your 5th chakra. Things you said you wish you hadn't, things you didn't say you wish you had, stuff people said to you you wish they hadn't. Whatever. Let it all go. Present time. Confusion around communication. What is communication? Blah, blah. Just really bring peace in there. That's all you got to do. Peace, peace. Invite peace into your communication and creativity space. I invoke the peace of God. I am the peace of God. This is why mantras are so great, because they really are so healing and clearing to this center. All the centers, but particularly for me. All right, so now that looks really great. Again, just continue to release off the front of your space, any place where you see some buildup. And now we're going to do that last vitality triangle. It's a pretty big triangle. It runs from the spleen down into the 1st, up into the 5th, and then back down into the spleen. And this will really, hopefully, stabilize your grounding even more and raise your life vibration. You feel a nice hum there.
All right, so we are now getting ready to end this guided meditation. So just working with that higher consciousness, working with this alignment, you can begin to set that intention for creating that good landing point, that stepping off point. You're going to start to move into a closing out now, the meditation, moving into having the healing. So you've set the stage. I encourage you to take note of any new levels of awareness that have come into your mind during the meditation. And the more frequently you do this, the more that will become more clear, basically. As you get ready to close out the meditation, you can put any questions you may be having at this time and put it right into that field of light, and just turn it over to the higher intelligence and ask for guidance, and then let it roll out over the next few days. Just trust that the guidance, the answers will be coming to you. Just kind of settle into your body now. Start to pay attention again from top to bottom. Kind of feel your feet. And kind of feel yourself sitting on that chair. Feel the hips. Take some nice deep breaths. Just reorient yourself now nicely into that body. And then imagine right above your head a huge golden sun. You can even rub your hands together to open up the hand chakra and reach up and start to develop a sensitivity of even feeling this very high vibration. This gold, what A Course in Miracles calls that Christ-like energy. And, esoteric teachings call it the higher self, and you just pull that in, you pull that light in as a blessing with the intention of creating an integration of spirit and body. And you can even reach over and touch the floor and reorient yourself to the room and come out of trance. Open your eyes. And may it be with the blessings of the Supreme Being that this meditation be complete, and may you walk your path in joyfulness. Amen. All right, thank you for joining me. Once again, if you'd like to know more about Ascension, meditation, and healing, I hope you'll reach out to me. You can contact me through my website, ask me questions, and I hope you'll also check out some of the other guided meditations on my YouTube channel. If you like the series, if you like this meditation, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All right, thank you so much for joining me.